this game, in the coaching game, for forever, for years and years. So it was impressive to watch one of his teams perform the way they did. I wish I could run here and give you a million reasons why it didn't work out for us, but the bottom line is they were better, better than us. I wouldn't use the word manhandled us, but just they have a bunch of men, grown men, and they really get after it on defense. It feels like there's 6 guys on the floor. The way they're able to put 2 guys on the basketball and still rotate around. I watched them in pregame warm-ups. They were all talking and they were all like super engaged. When I came out about an hour before the game, so knew we would have our hands full. A lot of coaches throw around words like culture and identity is like cliches and stuff, but they have it. They really it gets them to play really hard, really together, and the right way.
How often do you see a team practice or pregame the way that you see?
Yeah, a lot of times you don't want to wear your guys out, or you want to conserve energy, but they don't care about that. It doesn't look like it affects them. Certainly didn't see them getting tired even as the game wore on. I told our guys, hey, first 8 minutes were a little rough. They were being very aggressive initially right out of the gate. They were trapping everything, so just trying to take you out of stuff, and they kept doing it throughout the whole game. They really didn't slow down very much. It's kind of one of those games where we had to be able to break them down individually, since they do get spread out quite a bit, and someone's got to be able to go win a one-on-one matchup. And but that's just the offensive side. If we had 65 in this game, I probably would have signed on for it, just because of how well they defend. And we just giving up too many points in the first half to legitimately have a chance. 47 was too many.
Is that a bright spot fight that you showed down the stretch, cut into that deficit?
It's one of those like minor moral victories but we've been doing that. We were just too far out of the game where we could remotely, like, realistically have a chance to win, but they haven't really given up in any of these games, so I'm not surprised they kept trying.
What can you guys work on the defensive end to elevate your intensity to match that?
It's tough. They got guys that they can throw it inside too, and they hurt us in the first half with that. Cryer's really tough matchup. We lost him, and then we lost Sharp some in the second half, and they have shooting, and they have fierce interior players that could really get stuff done, and so they present a lot of issues for you. Even late clock, Uzan hits big shot. These guys hit shots late clock on you, so they're a well-built team. As good a team as I've seen, maybe since Florida. So they're very impressive. Yeah.
In a game like this where the one-on-one play isn't exactly working, how do you kind of get your guys to come together as one collective?
I think we had some good possessions where I think Mason had a layup in the first half where the ball was sprayed around, and we drove closeouts and just wore them down to where they couldn't rotate anymore, because they don't stop rotating. And but we were able to, and that's like one example of what you have to try and do against a team like that. And they trap the post some, they don't trap it sometimes, and you got to be ready for a little bit of everything, when you're dealing with a team like Houston.
You haven't questioned the effort, energy in any of these losses recently. How much do you worry about losing that if you don't get a result?
There's no guarantees in this thing. We had our chances, we didn't cash in. I don't know where it's going. I can't forecast that. We do have a little more time until our next game now, which is Sunday, so feels like that's a lot of days. I feel like we've been playing like every 3 days for a while, so I think that'll be beneficial, especially with JQ. As good as he looked yesterday in practice, like I thought he was moving well, he just didn't have, in my estimation, the same explosiveness that I would normally see, and that's why I chose to shut him down in the second half. So hopefully, maybe this next several days would be helpful for him to start, getting back physically.
So there were a couple moments in the first half there where the offense really locked in with the ball movement and all that. It seems like you guys have flashed those
Not sure. I mean, we had a couple of open shot. Team like Houston, you got to make open shots. Although we had a few in the first half, we didn't make from distance. And otherwise, I don't have a lot of answers. I mean, they're one of the best defensive teams in the league, in the country. They're holding teams are like 38% on the season, and we shot 43. So, and we didn't. I think the turnovers were about equal. You know, we only got 44 shots in the game. I think that's the, sneaky good thing about them is like how they manage the game and have quality possessions at both ends, and they really just kind of put a stranglehold on you if they get a lead.
So did you feel in the second half that they were, I know they have the lead, but just trying to chew up more clock? Because, I mean, it seemed like you said, you're getting good looks, but just not a ton of shots going up.
Yeah, I mean, they once they have that advantage, they particularly on the road, I would imagine they're not rushing through any possessions. They're really taking their time, and they're working on matchups that they like with whoever they're trying to go after, with whether it was Sharp or Cryer or Roberts. They just have multiple weapons, and Uzan is not a type of guy they're asking to get 30 or something, but as far as like just really controlling the game, he does a very good job at the point guard spot for them. It's hard to speed him up. I mean, he didn't have a great shooting night tonight. I know he hit a 3 at the end of the clock one time, but he had 5 assists, 1 turnover. He's just, it's hard to turn him over or speed him up. So like when you get down against them, things get more difficult. He's kind of been this way since the Arizona game, and he's been just trying to offensively put us on his back some when we need it. And, he's had a really good 4 or 5 game stretch. I mean, he's been good all year, but he's kind of bumped his level up just a little bit more. I usually would take a lot more time and just maybe dive into some of the reasons that we didn't win. Sometimes it's very simple. It's like, hey, they outplayed us. They were better than us tonight, and there was not a lot that we could do in this game tonight to have a legitimate chance of beating this team. And that's just the reality of that's what I felt. So I didn't think it needed a lot of commentary after the game.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.